I believe that that has always been a question. It's not just a question of people seeking God now or people doubting God's presence now. Even if we go through the scriptures, it's always been the case. People have always doubted where God is or if God exists. And we see a lot of that in the book of Exodus, where people doubt if God's presence has been there with them, especially when they saw or found themselves in difficult circumstances, when they were in front of the Red Sea or they were 40 years in the wilderness. They always struggled with it, the question of where is God? And the result of it is a lot of people moving away from God as well. And so this is not just a problem or a question of this age. It's been a perennial problem whenever man has faced a challenge. I think what's different now is that there are men or humans have seen that they are weak, and instead of depending on God or trusting on God, or more so having patience in God's providence, they've kind of built structures around themselves on which they can hold on to. And I think that is most evident in this age today, where these structures have been built well, and so human beings have something to lean on to. In the times of old, that is what they didn't have. They didn't have structures, and so ultimately they still came around to trusting in God. But today people do have structures. We have for example, we have maybe a hospital structure. We have a structure of having medical insurance. So I don't have to call on to God. My first reaction is calling on to my medical insurance. And just as it was with the lady who suffered with hemorrhage in the Bible, it says that 12 years she spent all her money on doctors. So apply it to our today and now, where 12 years I kind of get over my medical insurance. And if I reach that stage where I don't have medical insurance or medicine can't do anything for me, that's when maybe people start, and that's what we've seen in the ministry that I've done, that people do start looking up to God or start calling on to God when these structures start falling off. That's what happened after 9/11, when you had the Twin Towers come down. It was recorded that a lot of people started entering churches and places of worship because they suddenly found that the whole security system is not foolproof. And once that starts falling down, you start seeing people turning to God. But the amazing fact is that once they got that structure back again, and they had police guards in aircrafts, the numbers dwindled again. So I think the problem with today's society is that they see these structures in place, and at no time in history have these structures been so strong as it is today. And that has led to a lot of people choosing these structures over choosing God.